Hi everyone, my name is Rose. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video that's hopefully going to help people that feel like they don't know how to build, at least for the people that actually want to build but are discouraged. I I created this world for my grandson, and it's all based off of penguins. He wanted a penguin empire that he was the empire or the emperor of all these penguins. And I'm very proud of what I did in this world. It took a very long time, and I don't normally build like this. This is, in my opinion, of all my builds after all these years, my favorite build and the one that I look at all the time and just I'm thrilled that I actually did it. Normally, my builds are not very trendy. They're not designed well. There's always some kind of little hiccup with them. And I'm just in general not usually very happy. But I really dug in deep because he wanted this built so much. And so I went out of my way to learn some apps, or at least the bare essentials of some apps like Minecraft editor that you can only find in the Minecraft launcher, and this is Windows uh, Bedrock Edition. So if you go to the Minecraft launcher app, you can see for creators, I believe, it's called Minecraft Editor, and that's how I got this ice world. It doesn't go on forever, but it goes on just flat ice for like I think 4,000 blocks in every direction, and this little ice kingdom right here is just the center of it. So it appears like it goes on forever. If you kept running, you'd eventually end up in grass. So it gives me the illusion of an ice world. And then these little cone mountains, he wanted a world that kind of felt like this cartoon he watches called Adventure Time. I personally have never watched it. I know of it, but I've never watched it. And so he kind of gave me an idea of what he wanted it to look like. So I had to make these pointy mountains, and there was no way that I was going to build all these mountains by hand. And when I found out about Minecraft Editor, that's when I was super happy because I knew I can build this world for him. Now, these mountains are actually very easy to build, but the app itself is not user friendly, and there are no good tutorials or instructions on how to use it. So it's really just trial and error. You just got to mess up, start over, click on buttons, hover over tools if you want to build something like that. There's a lot of things you can do there. I just don't know enough about it to do a video on it. These towers, I built these in Minecraft in the actual world, and he wanted everything to look like penguins. So I made a penguin tower and used command blocks and structure blocks, well, a structure block specifically, to copy and paste each of the towers, and I built a bridge between the two, so I can copy and paste the two towers with the bridge on the other side. And so that was really easy. And then as far as this build in the center, uh, I just based this build off of what my tower looked like. So it was relatively easy to build. I knew, he wants it to look kind of like a castle. And so building it, with the same essence of the tower was pretty straightforward. And of course, I did the same with the bridge, make it look like the penguins. and use the elements from the towers to make that. So anyhow, I was pretty proud of that. And these little penguins, I made those in an app called Blockbench. That's the app you can use to create your own custom blocks and entities and weapons um, and mobs and stuff like that. I am still learning that. I'm not an expert on anything. I've been playing Minecraft 99% in creative mode since I started playing Minecraft at all. And you just have to get in there and be willing to mess up. Just make mistakes and just learn. Uh, it took me months just to do this little tiny build here, and there's not even that many elements. I mean, again, this is copy paste basically using structure blocks, and then the penguins are just spawnable eggs. So you just make that. That's an add-on. So when you make them in Blockbench, they get saved to my computer. I use Windows Blockbench. Sorry, Windows Bedrock Edition. And I made this sled from a boat in Blockbench. So it's based off of a vehicle, which is a boat. And then I modified the boat to look like a penguin because he wanted to be able to ride on the back of a penguin. Now, granted, he didn't get the penguin floating on its belly, like you're seeing walking around, little mobs. But I at least made him a sled that looks like a penguin, and he's pretty satisfied with that. Um, and I used to be a graphic designer a long time ago. I haven't done that in many years, and so I still remember some things. I don't remember a lot, but I know enough to where I can make, you know, small things like logos and patterns for these penguins and skins if I want to, although I'm still, I never called myself a graphic artist because I feel like artists have a skill of being able to come up with creative things in their imagination and then bring them to life through some kind of medium. And that was never me. I'm a graphic designer where I take things that are already available and solve a problem by pulling those things together. And that was the extent of my graphic design from years ago. And now I'm able to pull that together into Minecraft, but again, not a graphic artist. So my ability to come up with fun, unique, trendy things is not in my wheelhouse. But I'm showing you this. One, I'm just really proud of it and I wanted to show it off. But two, to let you know, a lot of these builds are flukes. They're just they come together. Just I put a block down, put another block down, and then they just kept building and building and building until I come up with something either cool that I love. Anyhow, uh, the point is that most of my builds I really don't like, and you know they're kind of just I built it and never saw it again. Built something else, never saw that again. And then every once in a while, I'll come up with something that makes me happy and inspired. And as long as you're doing that, if don't beat yourself up about the builds that you don't like, move on from them. If you finally get something that you do like that you built yourself that didn't come off of a tutorial, always go back to it and look at it and say, okay, I may not be doing great today, but I did that and I can do that again. And I think that will help you become a better builder. It's like photographers. Photographers can take hundreds of pictures of basically the same thing, but maybe only 5 of those pictures were something that that particular photographer found worthy of keeping, of giving out to the world and showing the world. So I think that that is the same thing with any kind of creative endeavor, is that most things are going to fail. And I mean, most are going to fail. And then there's those little gems that make you fall in love with what you're doing again. And I love playing in creative mode in Minecraft. It's my favorite thing to do. And I use all the resources. I don't follow any rules that any gamers apply to playing a game. Okay, I purchased the game, it's on my computer, I'm sitting in my room in my house, and why would I follow the rules of everybody else? For what reason? You know, I mean, unless I'm in some tournament with somebody, which will never happen, there's no reason for me to follow these rules. So if I want to use command blocks, if I want to use structure blocks, if I want to um, build where there's supposed to be gravity and I'm just floating in the air, I do that. And that's what makes it fun. That's why creative mode is so fun. You have all these resources at your fingertips to do whatever you want with. I mean, sometimes I'll just dig for no reason and just build and build and build through the center of stone and get burned up in lava and, fall in the water. Of course, I'm in creative mode, so it doesn't matter. But I love it. I built an ocean world one time, which I wish I would have not lost. I don't know where. I think it went down with a PC of mine. But that was one of the hardest builds I ever did too, like this penguin world. And it was just all trial and error until I got it exactly how I wanted it. And I just encourage you, do whatever makes you happy. Don't try and do what people are telling you to do on YouTube, or, maybe your friends and family, that play Minecraft or any other game for that matter. If it makes you happy, do it and don't give up. I just recently, because my grandkids, they like to play on survivor mode. I just started for the first time, playing survivor uh, by myself. So I have a couple of videos out on that, and I'm going to be making a continuing series. I don't know how long the series will go, but I built a house in there, or I'm in the middle of building one, and I felt like a complete newbie. I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't find the chest in the inventory, which is ridiculous because I've been playing for so long. I know where all these items are. May not know their names, but I know where all the items are. But the stress of playing in survival mode made me forget everything, even how to jump sometimes. And point being is that there's so much to do in Minecraft. And if it's something that brings you joy, just do it, okay? All right, I am rambling and rambling and rambling, and I apologize. So I'm going to end this video here. And please, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me your questions and comments. I really want to hear from other people. If I don't, that's fine. But it would be really nice, to hear from you guys. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.